Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Final week of October. Next week, election. Fireworks are on the horizon. All right, let's get into it. Today's verse: commit to the Lord whatever you do, and He will establish your plans. Have you committed to the Lord your trading? Probably not a bad idea. So that is today's verse to think about as we're going into the week. Commit to the Lord whatever you do, and He will establish your plans. All right, let's get into it. Welcome to the AM briefing number 291. I can't wait till I do 9 more of these and hit the 300 mark. We are an MES Futures Trading Room where together we trade better, and there's always another high probability trade around the corner. All you have to do is be patient and wait. The hardest thing about trading is not trading. It's waiting. Waiting is the hard part. Can you wait until it hits that level? No level, no trade, period. End of story. Tip of the day. Well, on Friday, I talked about the news events of this week. What were your plans for the NFP week as far as Thursday and Friday are concerned? Specifically, did you establish your week plan? What are you trading this week? What days are you trading this week? What times are you trading this week? Have you pre-planned your trading week? We will be live tomorrow on YouTube as well as Zoom, of course. We're live on Zoom every morning, each day on the ES chart, drawing lines that bounce and trading those lines. Some reminders today. Well, the Foundations course is officially released. It's a free course. You don't even have to register. But if you do register, I give you some bonus items only to be revealed to the registered students. There are timestamps located below. If you decide to become a full member, please earn your badges. You can always grab yourself a Zoom pass and join us any day of the week, and I will bring you up to the captain's chair, let you sit down and show you around. Much different experience, in all honesty, than a YouTube live. If you're a member of mine, I updated the pre-flight indicator. There's a video inside of the Discord group. Of course, the strong levels were updated, and oh my goodness, did those perform beautifully last night. If you like what I do here, like, subscribe, comment, consider becoming a member. It costs you nothing. Hit that little check mark box. It lets Google and YouTube know, hey, people are liking this content. Show it to other people who might enjoy it as well. Today's scheduled 30 minutes before the market opens. We will do our mental training for 20 minutes. A reminder of the day, and about noon Eastern, we either wrap it up or we will be managing a runner. And it's the runners that really add the juice to your returns. If you don't know how to make 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 point runners, you might want to check us out at MicroTrader. And now for the news. What a wild week this is. 38-ish% of all the S&P companies report this week. Plus, it's the week before a ridiculous election year where you're calling political opponents Hitlers. And looks like maybe the current Middle East conflict might have calmed down. NFP on Friday. I mean, it's really a level 10 week. And so that's why you see the 10 number. It is a level 10 week, and more so as each day passes. All right, let's get to the chart. All right, so I did not do a weekend update chart to update the ES charts. To be honest, it's the lowest watched thing I do. So if I'm busy, I don't worry about it too much. So we're going to do some of that now. So here we are for the week. You can see the days of the week down here at the bottom. So what do I want to mark as far as single prints and VPOCs? You see them there on the screen. I would make sure those are on your chart. These single prints are still active until it's taken out during the RTH session, which looks like it's going to be super easy, no brainer, no problem. But just for the sake of discipline, they're still on my chart. What about as far as session levels? And this is something we really uh, talk about in the foundations course a lot. So in this view here, this is what I would want you to denote: this RTH high, this RTH low, this low, this low, this high, and this high. Those have not been tested yet as far as this week's levels are concerned. In fact, let me just pull that way a little bit. I think that's perfect. So you can see those there if you need to. Just screenshot them. If you're in my group, those are easily demarked. That's not what I wanted to load. I want to load this. So we obviously had a gap up last night. I would denote that from the close of this candle to the opening of that candle. It should be denoted on your chart as far as that is the gap. I'm really surprised we did not come back and challenge that at all, but there is an election around the corner. We will be at all-time highs. How will we not be at all-time highs? That's what I would want to know. So to counter what I believe is almost a certainty will make new all-time highs, that countering that can be a difficult way to make a living this week. So be careful with that. At the end of the day, we will not prediction trade. We will trade the bounce levels as they develop, given the trend as it develops. Obviously, the overnight trend line, you could draw it here and go, yep, we are certainly laddering up. We are within yesterday's range. So nothing really exciting, but it has taken back 75% of the day, right? So the bulls are still firmly in control. The bulls are still firmly in control. Let me zoom in here. I'm going to turn on here. Let's bring it into here. These are the strong levels we published yesterday before the market opened. Let's take a peek at how did those bad boys perform over the night. Looking pretty good, looking pretty good, looking pretty good. That's not too shabby, not too shabby, not too shabby, not too shabby. So pretty good. So those are the strong levels that were updated. Make sure that you have the current version on your chart. 10.28 is the current version because that is today's date. So let's go to a 30-minute chart here. I want to pull this in a little bit. I am going to remove that. I'm going to turn the lights on a different way where I just see that. I'm going to remove this. Let's go to RTH. And let's look where we're at here. Let's just look at RTH. Let's pull this in. What do we see here? Well, we see this cluster, and then we see this cluster. I think I would even bring the cluster somewhere more in line with here. I think that makes the most sense. That cluster, that cluster. On the close of Friday, we were in the lower distribution of that cluster. Something to denote there. Certainly just two areas, large balance. What happens when you have a large balance? Well, what's the next move? The next move is out of balance. Which way will we come out of balance? Will it be to the downside or will it be to the upside? I would think with the election, it's probably upside. That's certainly not going to be in my mind every second I'm trading. Of ups, we only need to be looking for longs. No. Um, but as far as a week out view, that's probably highly possible and probable. But we are in this large 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12-day balance. And you want to know where you're at in that balance. We drew this last week, and you can easily come in and go, you know what? This is now just expanded. And this is the new chop zone. And I'd go, yep, you're absolutely right. That is the new chop zone. So let's zoom in here. I'm going to turn this on. You can see 58, 23, 25 would probably be the bottom of that. And 59, 15, 50 is probably the top of that chop zone. Let's bring back our overnight levels. So where are we in relation to those not overnight levels? Where are we in relation to this chop zone? Well, we're right here at the flirting at the edge of the center, the gray part. So if you're saying, I don't really like to diddle in the middle, I don't want to trade in the middle of a range, well, you are at the middle of that. And where are those two levels out of curiosity? Here and here. So between 58 and 80 is the middle of this 12-day range. If you want to put those on your chart and go, you know what, we need to be beyond those levels for me to trade, that would make an awful lot of sense. Remember, this is going to be a level 10 week. We could just chop for the next 3 or 4 days waiting for non-farm payroll, and then it skyrockets. Who knows? In our group, we're going to trade the levels as they develop. No level, no trade, period, end of the story. We will be patient. We will be a sniper. All right, what about everybody else? Well, at this point, let's make sure these halfbacks are lined up. Looks like we're dialed in there. We are certainly all have upward slanting VWAPs, positive for the bulls. The two that matter the most, ES and NQ, their labels are down here, are above the halfback. They're above the VWAP, upward slanting VWAP, in the upper distribution with the all-time high right up here, 2775, on our within sight. Within sight. That is so easy to do. It's not even funny. So we'll see how that continues going today. So let's go look at the bull bear line here. Well, what about the overnight trend line? Well, the overnight trend line is certainly going to go to the bulls. Session stacking, we're just so much in chop. But if you look at the last 3 or 4 days, 3 days specifically, RTH session is certainly stacking to the north. VWAP, the bulls win. Overnight halfback, the bulls win. Yesterday range, the bulls win. Indices, the bulls win. The new bull bear line, in my opinion, is going to be either. We're probably in a risk of a breakout more of less because of, but I can't give that to the bulls or the bears, but it doesn't matter. The bulls ran away with it, and I can't wait to see my traders live 30 minutes before the market opens.
Stay green, my friends, and to learn more about our group, go to microstrader.com.